Lloyd and Mandy, husband and wife that have been traveling the world since 2021 as digital nomads. We recently spent 1 month in one of our favorite travel destinations in the world, Vietnam. Today we're sharing with you our complete guide to Vietnam, including places to visit, what to eat, where to stay, and how to get around. We hope this video helps you plan your trip to Vietnam and that you can enjoy your time in this beautiful country as much as we did. Okay, let's talk visas first. Vietnam currently offers 30-day single-entry tourist visas. However, it is possible to extend your visa for up to 3 months once you enter the country. The application process is super simple and costs around $25 US. To apply for the visa, you will need to complete the online visa application form using the link below and provide the following: a passport with at least 6 months validity and blank visa pages, 1 recent passport size photo, proof of travel itinerary, example a round-trip flight ticket or hotel reservation, and payment of the visa fee. We will leave the website that we used for our visas down below. Ho Chi Minh City. Formerly and still commonly known as Saigon, is the largest city in Vietnam. With a population of around 9 million, it's situated in the southeast region of Vietnam. The city surrounds the Saigon River and covers about 2,000 square kilometers. It is known for its well-preserved French colonial architecture and vibrant street life. Ho Chi Minh City attracts over 8 million international visitors every year. Depending on which way you want to travel the country, this may be your first port of entry. We decided to start our travel in Saigon and work our way up the north, but it's entirely up to you. Ho Chi Minh City is quite an eye-opener and is a bit of a shock to the senses at first. The combination of sizzling meat from street food carts, constant beeping of cars and scooters, and constant flow of traffic that seems to be out of control but somehow just works, all make for an exciting first experience in Vietnam. Ho Chi Minh City is broken up into 12 main districts. Nguyen Hue and Dong Quoi Street are the best areas to stay in Ho Chi Minh City for first-timers due to its close proximity to the city's famous attractions as well as bars and restaurants. We stayed at the Oscar Saigon Hotel, which cost around $30 US per night, including a buffet breakfast, which we thought was a pretty great deal given its central location. One of the first places you need to visit in Ho Chi Minh City, in our opinion, is Boi Vien Walking Street. Although if you're not into large crowds or loud music, this may not be the place for you. But for us, it was a fun experience people watching while drinking an ice-cold local Saigon lager. We didn't stay out too late, as things tend to get pretty crazy around 10 p.m. However, surprisingly, everything seemed to shut down around 1 a.m., which may have just been a post-COVID rule. Of course, the first thing anyone will tell you when visiting Vietnam is to try the pho, or as it's pronounced pho, and the banh mi's. And don't worry, there are plenty of options in Ho Chi Minh City with pho stations and banh mi bakeries seemingly on every corner. Funnily enough, due to the French colonization of Vietnam in the 1800s, Vietnam has a huge cafe culture, and if you're in Ho Chi Minh, you have to try the famous Vietnamese egg coffee. If you're looking to step off the beaten path and try some more local dishes, we highly recommend taking the motorbike food tour run by XO Tours. We were driven all around the city, tasting a bunch of different styles of Vietnamese foods, as well as some pretty interesting delicacies. It's not only a great way to experience the local cuisine of Saigon, but it was also a great way to see the city from the back of a motorbike. We'll leave a link in the description below. Moi Nai. Moi Nai is a coastal fishing town in the south-central Binh Thuan province of Vietnam. The town has a population of around 25,000 and to this day is one of Vietnam's main fishing ports. Moi Nai is well known for its unique white sand dunes, featuring several lakes and even swamps straight in the middle of a sandy terrain. By the way, we traveled the whole way from Saigon to the north of Vietnam by either bus or train. We booked everything through 12 Go Asia. We highly recommend using their website site for transportation. The highlight of Moine was definitely the sand dune tour that takes place at sunrise. Although you can expect there to be a lot of other people, as this is the main attraction in town, you can also go on a tour through local fishing port, which was interesting, but be prepared for the strong fish smells. All in all, Moine was well worth the visit. We recommend stopping in for a couple days to fit everything in. We stayed at a nice beachfront hotel called the Ananda Resort, which was only $20 a night and was centrally located. That's probably one of the best parts about Vietnam, is the accommodation is so cheap. Nha Trang. Nha Trang is a coastal resort city in southern Vietnam known for its beaches, diving sites, and offshore islands. Its main beach is a long curving stretch along the Tran Vu Street, backed by a promenade, hotels, and seafood restaurants. Nha Trang is well known for its beaches and scuba diving, and is developed into a popular destination for international tourists, attracting large numbers of backpackers as well as more affluent travelers from the area. It is already very popular with Vietnamese tourists, with Nha Trang Bay widely considered as among the world's most beautiful bays. To be honest, we didn't spend a lot of time in Nha Trang, and during the day it was extremely hot. However, by nighttime, the whole city seemed to light up, from the street vendors to fireworks and flying lanterns. It truly was a beautiful place to visit at night, and like most cities in Vietnam, there are many amazing restaurants and bars to visit. If you're looking for an extended stay in Nha Trang, there are plenty of budget options as well as 5-star resorts to choose from. You can check out our booking platform for accommodation options and even get up to 70% off hotels. We'll leave the link in the description. Hoi An. Hoi An is probably the most beautiful city we visited while in Vietnam. With a population of approximately 120,000, Old Town Hoi An, the city's historic district, is recognized as an exceptionally well-preserved example of a Southeast Asian trading port dating from the 15th to the 19th century. Its buildings and street plan reflecting a blend of indigenous and foreign influences. Prominent in the city's old town is the famous Japanese bridge. Hoi An is best known as the City of Lanterns. The Hoi An Lantern Festival is a monthly event that celebrates the full moon. It is held on the 14th day of each lunar month when the moon is at its fullest and brightest. However, you can expect to see lanterns in the sky most nights if you walk along the riverfront or travel on a relaxing gondola boat ride and take in the beauty of the city. There are plenty of local restaurants to eat from in Old Town Hoi An, and we managed to find one that served up some of the best bun thit nuong we have ever tried. If you haven't tried this dish, we really recommend it. And best of all, it only cost us $2 each. We stayed at a beautiful boutique hotel just down the road from the Old Town area that surprisingly didn't break the bank at only $30 a night, including breakfast. And they even let us use their bikes for free for the day. We highly recommend the Eco Lux Riverside Hotel and Spa if you're looking for accommodation in Hoi An. And we've even heard from some of our subscribers that mentioned they stayed there because of us and they got a room upgrade. So keep that in mind. Da Nang. Da Nang is a coastal city in central Vietnam known for its sandy beaches and history as a French colonial port. It is the commercial and educational center of central Vietnam and is the largest city in the region. We were actually surprised at the size of the city when we first arrived. Although we only spent one night here as a transit stop, it is definitely worth visiting as the city is surrounded by many sandy beaches, mountains, and sprawling wildlife, including the endangered red-shanked dos langur, one of the world's most striking primates. One thing we did get to experience our one night in Da Nang was the amazing street food. We went to the Helio night markets, where we found a huge assortment of street food carts, as well as a beer garden and live music. It was a great cheap option for the night and also very family friendly. Hanoi. Hanoi is the capital of Vietnam and my personal favorite city in the country. It's known for its century-old architecture and a rich culture with Southeast Asian, Chinese, and French influences. At its heart, it's the chaotic old quarter, where the narrow streets are roughly arranged by trade. One of the most popular places to visit in Hanoi is the infamous Train Street. The reason it's so popular for many tourists is that the train literally passes just a meter from the houses and cafes along the tracks. While we had heard that the train ran close to the buildings and had seen videos, we still couldn't believe just how close it would be. Right before the train comes, locals rush to their houses, making sure that their kids, pets, motorbikes, or any other belongings are safe inside. Nothing can be left outside. And then once it passes, everything just goes back to normal. The train only runs at night on weekdays. However, there are several daytime trains during the weekend. Another favorite part of Hanoi for us was one particular street in Hanoi's Old Quarter, appropriately named Beer Street. It is quite simply the best place for locals, backpackers, and expats alike to mingle and watch the night go by while drinking some of the cheapest beer in the world, with some bars charging as little as 50 cents a beer. Perhaps the best part about Beer Street is the constant flow of traffic and things to look at while you sit on the little plastic chairs on the street. To be honest, I think we went there every night we were in Hanoi, as it was just too much fun. We also had the pleasure of visiting a really cool jazz bar named Bin Min Jazz Club, and afterwards headed to a secret underground bar that requires a password to get in. We'll leave a link to both down below. Halong Bay. Halong Bay has to be one of the most stunning places to visit in Vietnam. Just a 2-hour drive from Hanoi, it's known for its emerald waters and thousands of towering limestone islands topped by rainforests. The region is popular for scuba diving, rock climbing, and hiking, but especially the junk boat tours that take visitors past some breathtaking islands and scenery. We took a 2-day overnight tour on the Paradise Elegance boat, which was an amazing luxury experience with delicious food and drinks, 5-star service, and even a jazz band to entertain the guests at night. The trip included transportation to and from our hotel, as well as food and drinks, and cost us around $350, which we think was money well spent, as the views from the boat during sunset were simply amazing. Sapa. Sapa is a beautiful town set in the mountains, located about 5 hours north of Hanoi, just a short drive to the Chinese border. Located in the province of Lao Cai in northwestern Vietnam. It is one of the main cities with a market in the area, where the ethnic group of the Hmong people still dress traditionally and live very similar lives to their native roots. This was most evident when visiting the small local town that has turned into somewhat of a tourist destination, Cat Cat Village. Visiting Cat Cat Village was a surreal experience and one that we'll never forget. To try and explain the feeling of being there simply wouldn't do it justice. The windmills that run along the river mouth, along with traditional local dances being performed, made us feel like we had gone back in time, before the region had been colonized. After spending the afternoon in Cat Cat Village, you can head to one of the many restaurants that serve a local favorite seafood hot pot. I have to admit we had no idea what we were doing and had to ask the waiter how to eat the shared dish, but we had no regrets as it was simply delicious. Although the serving was so large we couldn't even manage to finish it. We stayed at probably the most luxurious hotel we have ever had the pleasure of visiting while in Sapa, which was a huge treat for us. The Hotel de la Coupole offers a gateway to the 1920s French Indochina era in Vietnam. The lobby itself stands as a work of art, with amazing geometric architecture and colorful murals and furnishings to create a distinctly bohemian vibe. The hotel overlooks the town square as well as the mountains of the Sapa region. With its rolling hills and cool crisp air, if it's in your price range, this award-winning hotel is a must for anyone visiting Sapa. And while it is considered a 5-star hotel, at only $100 a night, including the most amazing buffet breakfast we've ever experienced, it was well worth the price tag. We actually made a review video of this hotel. If you're interested in checking it out, we'll leave the link below. Another popular attraction in the area is the Fansipan cable car, which will take you above the clouds to 3,000 meters above sea level, where you can see stunning 360-degree views of the valley. However, if you're not willing to pay the $32 price tag for the cable car experience, you can simply take the train to the station at the bottom of the cable entrance, which is just as breathtakingly spectacular. The train station was actually attached to our hotel, which made it super simple for us to navigate our way around. While we finished our whirlwind trip from Ho Chi Minh City to Hanoi in just over 3 weeks, we weren't quite done yet. We had already booked flights out of Ho Chi Minh and had two options: either jump on a plane back to Saigon or catch a 32-hour overnight train through the countryside of Vietnam back to where it all started. As you can probably tell, we opted for the latter. The overnight train, named Reunification Express, took just over 32 hours and basically runs non-stop from Hanoi to Saigon Station. There are a few options ranging from second-class seats, 6-berth sleeper cabins, and first-class sleepers, which offer either 4 or 2 berths. We decided to book the first class 2-berth sleeper cabin, mainly for privacy and so we could film the experience. It cost around $150 each, which included food, which we weren't expecting, which was a nice touch. They also had a beer cart that would periodically travel around the train. All in all, the train ride was a fun experience. It was a little strange sleeping on a moving train, but if you're looking for a different experience, we highly suggest giving it a go. So that is our Vietnam travel guide. We hope you find this video helpful. If you have, don't forget to hit the like button as it really helps out our channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already so we can continue to make you these helpful videos. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.